All right, guys, so welcome to day 4 of my commitment for June with my mental health walk and talk. But full disclosure, as you can see, I'm not walking today when I'm talking. There's 2 reasons, I'll be completely honest, is I'm at the gym and the wind outside is horrendous, and I'm not near sort of any kind of like wooded kind of forest area where it's sheltered. The wind is absolutely horrendous. That's excuse 1 or fact 1, whichever way you want to look at it. And number 2 is I've ran this week about 30 kilometers with my dog, and my Achilles is really sort of playing up. Not playing up, it's a bit achy. And all my comfortable trainers, I put them in the wash and they're now drying at home. So I've got like Adidas Gazelles on, which ain't the best. So there's a lot going against me. But I thought, you know what, I will try and do a walk and talk. And I just walked outside for a bit and the wind is absolutely hilarious. So I thought, you know what, let me just sit in the van. Let me make it nice and easy for myself. I'm still going to give you a roundup of the last 24 hours. I'm still going to give you some some musings and let you know how it's all going. So it's day 4. It's my commitment for June. Lots of people saying they're really enjoying these. And tonight, first off, we'll just sort of recap the last 24 hours because it's been another challenging one. In what my dad is again sort of refusing to do his feed, not taking his anti-sickness meds, and causing everyone quite a lot of distress. I'm in a bit more of a place of surrender now. I lost my shit last week when we were in the hospital, and since I lost my shit in the hospital and basically said to the nurses he won't pay a blind bit of attention, he's proved my point, and he's not done his feed for the last 2 days on the bounce, not taking any anti-sickness meds. So there's really not a lot that I can do. He knows best. Unfortunately, he's looking pretty dug up on the sofa, and it was kind of like my brother's turn to lose his shit today. So he sort of has got wind of the situation, spoke to my dad, and my dad didn't take it very well, and basically told him to mind his own business. So we're both dealing with that, and we're both sort of counsel each other and getting through. But again, I must come back to the fact that this is happening, and I have learned that you can either react, and I did react last week and I've done a lot of reflection on that, or just simply respond. So my kind of approach right now is, well, yeah, there's not a lot I can do. We even spoke to Velindre Hospital and they're like, well, we can't have him back in because he's got he's of sound mind. He knows what he should be doing. He's just literally saying that he's going to do it his way. He is eating now, actually. He is eating. His diet today was apparently a custard slice and some chocolate biscuits and I don't know, something else. But he's never been a man of nutrition, and that ain't going to change now. So all we can do is stay grounded, and just go, yeah, this is all part of the fun, all part of the test. And I think that, again, I'm going to come back to the fact that this is happening. Okay, as me and Becky said on the chat last night, we had a lot of plans for this year, but the universe, God, creator, whatever it is, Elsa said, no, that's not happening. And you can either throw your toys out of the pram and go, oh, what, this is unfair. Well, it is, yeah, life's unfair, and none of us know what's going to happen in the future. None of us know what's going to happen 5 minutes from now. And I will always come back to this, if you've got problems, and I've seen this time and time again over the years, is don't run from it. Okay. And also, if you're trying to be a better version of yourself, you're trying to be a healthier version of yourself, don't quit when the shit hits the fan. My big saying at the minute is, when the shit hits the fan, stick to the plan. And because I hear a lot of people say, oh, Tregs, I'll come back when things settle down. What do you mean settle down? Life doesn't settle down. There's always something. Life is happening in seasons, isn't it? We go through seasons of our life. Like, you might be in a different season to where you were this time last year. I know I'm in a different season. It's definitely a heavier season than it was this time last year. Probably this time last year was more of a fun season as we were moving into the summer. So, things come in seasons, things also pass. And I think as you get older, if you're not doing that work on yourself and you're not reflecting, you're not learning, then quite often, any time a problem arises, there's a health issue in the family, someone dies, someone gets unwell, it's very easy to kind of crumble. But one thing I have learned on this journey of life is that actually, if you make your health a priority, if you put your health and fitness first, and again, put your health and fitness first, and again, I'm not talking about setting an alarm and doing burpees if you're 4 stone overweight and got shot knees, but just sticking to the basics, basics that I hammer home to you guys every day. You know, when I talk about sleep and hydration, people kind of go, but you make an active effort to improve your sleep, and you make an active effort to get hydrated. That'll change your life. Like, that will change your life. And I remember learning that and thinking, but it's the foundation of everything I teach. And then you add in some low intensity daily movement in nature. That will change your life, and then we can layer from there. But so many people just go, I can't do it right now. It's too busy, therefore. It's like, but all right, you've got an ill loved one. There's a problem in the family. There's a problem at work. Why would that stop you from drinking water? Why would that stop you from trying to have a nighttime routine? Why would that stop you from doing your steps? Like, and again, this is not me being patronizing. I'm asking that question. Why does having a problem in your life, an ill relative, work issues, you know, kids, all that kind of, why does that stop you from doing steps? Why does that stop you from putting a bottle of water to your lips and drinking it? I honestly, I don't get that. But I can see how we're hardwired. You know, me and Becky hear this a lot. I can't do this right now. I've got too much going on. No, you should be doing this right now. Maybe not the gym, maybe not the 6 a.m. class, but you should be focusing on your health. Because health is just how you show up. Like, if I was having an alcoholic drink right now, if I was eating a lot of shit right now, I would not be showing up. And I found it hard. I'm finding it hard to show up some days. So, if I was drinking alcohol now, you know, I get anxiety anyway if I drink alcohol. This would be on another level. And the great thing about these challenges is that they make you, right? That you always learning through these challenges. This whole journey of life is about self-discovery. Like me and my brother were talking about this earlier, and we were just like, unfortunately, you know, my dad's had a challenge in life as a youngster, but he hasn't reflected or learned from it. He's just very set in his ways. He's very set in his ways, and you know, now, you know, the people that care for him the most, he's basically saying, leave me alone, and you know, I know best type of thing, which is it is what it is. But we can still choose to show up and be the best version of ourselves. Like I said, I've been feeling the heat. I'm actually all right today, but it's just like, I'm always asking myself, like, what am I learning from this? Like, what kind of stage of growth does this kind of put me on going through this traumatic time? Because everything is learning, right? Everything is learning. I'm feeling more and more drawn to quiet time. That's why I'm just loving getting out of my dogs in nature and leaving the phone, going for a run with them. Because it's like, I've literally in the last week found so much happiness on phoneless runs with my dog and just being in the moment with her. And it's incredible because we're sold this image of like what success is, you know, nice car, working hard, blah, 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 blah. I've had all that. I'm in a van now, obviously, because me and my son do mountain biking, but you know, I've had moments where I've been in a really flash car but felt like shit in myself because I was actually chasing success at the price of my own health. You know, don't get me wrong, I still want to be successful. I still want to have impact. I've got massive hopes and dreams for the future with my Healthy Happy Dad program. But it's more about embodying that now. Not like, how can I get from A to B by doing. It's like, how can I get to A to B from being? What would the Healthy Happy Dad do? How would he show up today? I really feel the universe has been testing me. And so at the minute, I'm trying to be more rather than trying to do more with everything that's going on. And just being out in nature with my dog, I was like, I've been saying to clients, and clients get it, because, you know, a lot of my clients have got animals, and they're like, I'm like, that's probably some of the happiest I've been, like in memory. Also as well, mountain biking with my son the other day didn't involve a phone at Bike Park Wales, apart from when I fell off. But there's a lot of messages here. It's like being out in nature, disconnected from your phone, moving your body. I've always said to my kids, you'll be happy. Like, you can have your PS5s, you can do all that, but It feels better. It feels better when you've been outside, moving your body, getting exercise, getting those endorphins up. Like, that's real things. Like, how can you not do that? Like, it's a real thing. You get energy, you get feel-good chemicals. Like, I'm addicted to that feeling. I go hunting for that feeling every day. Like, I can't imagine going through life with everything that's going on and being like, oh yeah, just done 3,000 steps a day, stayed indoors all day and get any fresh air. That's my idea of absolute hell, because I know the opposite, and the opposite is what I seek every day. That's why I bang on to clients and I get so frustrated. I'm like, you're whinging, you're not handling stress, and you're this and you're that, but you're doing less than 3,000 steps a day. What, have you barely been outside? Like, how would you expect to feel? And again, it's like, there's this thing I spoke about before called destination happiness, slightly going off topic for the last couple minutes. But people always say, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when I get the promotion. I'll be happy when I get the car. I'll be happy when I'm on that beach holiday. I'll be happy when. We're tying it to material things. I can tell you, I've been to some lovely places in my life on holiday, and I've been downright miserable at some times on tropical beaches, tropical islands. Why? Because I felt like a fucking gone off microwave punched lasagna that had been kicked down the street after falling out of a bin bag, because I was treating myself like shit. Oh, when I get here, when I go to the Cayman Islands, when I go to I'll feel that. No, all I'm doing is going around just like with this horrible internal dialogue of self-hatred and thinking about what diet I'm going to do when we get back. And I know some of you are nodding your heads because you've been there, you've done that. You've got the t-shirt. You know, oh yeah, I'm going to be happy. It's just like, no, you do the work. Happiness is an inside job. An old mentor said to me, your external world is a reflection of your internal world. I've said this before, you know, if you fly off the handle at your kids for the smallest things, it ain't because they've done something small. It's because your internal world, you're just in chaos, you're in turmoil, and you're projecting. I've seen it with my dad in the past. He just projects because he hasn't dealt with whatever's going on inside. And if you're healthy of the body and you're healthy of the mind, then you're calmer. I've often said, like, my house could be burning down, but if I was dialed in with my calories and my protein and I've hit my steps, I'd be chill. But if I'm boozing on the weekends and I'm eating takeaways, and I don't do shit like that, but you know, you do that to me, I'll find a tissue on the floor and I'll start, you know, overreacting. It's because of what's going on internally. I've worked with a lot of very, 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 very successful people who all chased success and ended up sacrificing their health. And they've all said to me, Treg, you've done the right thing, like spending the time with your boys, doing the exercise, getting out in nature, because I sacrificed all of that. I missed all my kids' football matches. I missed this, I didn't do that. And I got all these millions, but, you know, I can't get back, you know, what I've lost. And I'm 5 stone overweight. I can't sleep at night. I'm just like, I'm on the verge of type 2 diabetes, blah, 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 all that jazz, because I was told that to chase and do and this and that. And I'm looking at these folks going like, some of these folks I've worked with have got millions in the bank, but they're just fucking fucked. They're just shattered. They're exhausted. You know, nice motors, really nice fucking houses with loads of acres. But if you sit them down and you go, right, are you happy? Like, strip it all back. Are you really happy? They all feel like shit. You know, because health, like having good health is the ultimate wealth. And I know it's cliche, but there's that old quote, when a man has his health, he's got 1,000 dreams. When it's gone, he's got one. I've had ill health at times in my life, and all I was consumed by was just, fuck, I want to be better. Fuck, I want to be better. It's awful. But when you're healthy, all right, you might not have the money in the bank, you might not be where you want in life, you might not have that promotion, but if you're healthy and you're waking up and you're chasing getting that endorphin high, you're chasing getting hydrated, you're chasing getting out in nature in your steps, you're working towards something that involves being a better version of yourself, you're going to show up a hell of a lot better. I'm going to round up soon, guys, because actually, even though I haven't done a walk and talk, it's very windy. The sun is piping hot in here. And so I'm going to finish up, but I really hope you're getting some value from this. These are just musings. There's no call to action to buy my program or anything like that. This is, as I've said in the infographic, this is for me and for you, and I hope you're getting some value from this. I'm going to try and bring in more kind of like stories and conversations that I've had with clients over the years, or over the weekend, as well as just talking and keeping you updated with what's going on and how we're managing it. But I will say to anyone that is, again, I'll always round off with this: if you're having a shit time and things aren't going your way, well then problems are a privilege, because if you didn't have any problems, you probably wouldn't be alive. But that should not take away from the fact that you can do more to look after yourself, because actually you can have all this chaos going on, but if you're on a good trajectory with your health and fitness, you're kind of like, yeah, okay, cool, like we good, like we're good, we're actually moving all right, we're feeling all right, we can stay a little bit calmer in the chaos, we can process things a little bit better because we're not flabby of the mind from all the shite that we're eating. So guys, don't ignore your health. There's always going to be problems, but the great thing is you get to decide how you show up, and good sleep, good nutrition, good hydration. It's not just for weight loss, it's for this too. Have a great evening, guys.